Have you ever been on a sales call where the prospect seems interested, but then they hit you with an objection like, "This is too expensive," or "I need to think about it"? Well, don't worry, you're not the only one that happens to. Now in this video, I'm breaking down exactly how to handle objections and skyrocket your closing rate. So let's jump right in. And by the way, stick until the end of the video, because I'm gonna give out my own agency's rebuttal/objection vault full of objections and rebuttals to the same. So I will literally solve this problem for you, but not if you actually don't stick until the end of the video and understand the concept behind this. Now my name is Ante Matijevic. I scaled my own agency to 6 figures, and I think I'm pretty qualified to give you some advice on objection handling, especially because it's the most important part of the sales call after the discovery stage. And there will be no sales calls without objections. Now, one thing that you need to understand is that objections aren't rejections, they are opportunities. If you can address your prospect's concerns effectively, you're basically one step closer to closing the deal. And since the objection stage comes last on the call, this is the one less thing you need to do right, and you will have yourself a new client. Let's hop in right now. I'm gonna show you 5 steps with an additional bonus step to demolish every objection. And yes, this is a universal system for conquering objections. Now, some of the most common objections are, "This is too expensive, I tried this doesn't work, I need to think about it, I'm not sure if this will work for my business, I need to talk to my partner/team." And that happens because of the one of the 3 reasons. And those could be fear of risk, a lack of trust or understanding, and unclear ROI. All 3 of these are pretty much self-explanatory. If there is a fear of risk, then they feel like they don't trust you yet, and they don't believe that this is something that can actually happen. And if they give you their money, they are afraid they might lose it. Now the second one, lack of trust or understanding, is literally self-explanatory, meaning that they don't trust you, which is the main problem, or understanding of your service. And the third one, which is possibly the hardest to come by, which is unclear ROI. That means basically that your offer is shit. If you didn't explain your client that this is something that can give them ROI, your offer isn't good. Now let's go to the first step, which is listen actively. Like in my previous video when I told you to learn to listen more than talk. When a prospect raises an objection, don't interrupt them. Let them fully express their concern. And once you become a better listener than talker, it will change the whole game for you. Because if you listen carefully, 80% of the rebuttal to the objection is in their question. And the 3 reasons I listed as the biggest 3 reasons for raising an objection, they all come down to this one thing called trust. So most of the objections are just a smokescreen for trust. Your prospect basically has no reason to trust you yet. Just think about it. Now, similarly to the discovery stage, you should ask questions and reflect their questions to them or objections to them. Meaning that your answer to something like, "This is too expensive, I don't like upfront costs," your question firstly could be something like, "So if I'm hearing you right, you're concerned about the upfront payment, and you're not sure that this is the right investment. Is that correct?" Now what this will do is help you understand what they're saying. So maybe you just got it all wrong. It's better to confirm, and it's better to let them know that you're listening. Now the second step is to acknowledge their concern. Show empathy, basically validate their feelings. This is something that builds trust exceptionally well. So your sentence after that could be something like, "I totally understand where you're coming from. Investing in something you're not so familiar with can seem a little bit risky." Now the third step that you need to do exceptionally well is ask clarifying questions. You should dig deeper to uncover the root of their objection. So to the same example, your questions could be, "Can you tell me more about why you feel that this is too expensive for you? What specifically makes you hesitant to move forward with this price?" Now what this will do is that they are gonna tell you what they think is a good price or why they think this is too expensive. And that is your perfect chance when they answer your questions to actually show them that this is not too expensive. Because probably your offer is per appointment or something like that. So it's probably like $300, $400 per appointment, which means that you need to explain to them that if they're gonna pay $300 per appointment and gonna receive $5,000 when they close, the client that you're gonna bring them, that doesn't seem too expensive. You basically get the chance to reflect to them and show them why this is not the truth, but never let them know that they are wrong. Don't tell them they are wrong. Just simply reflect to them. Now, the example that I gave you is specifically for real estate when it comes to leads and appointments, but you can use it in every way, in every niche. Now, the fourth thing that you should do is reframe the question or the objection. You can turn the objection into an opportunity. And that is exactly what I talked about a minute ago, meaning that you should reframe their question and show them why this doesn't really make sense or the objection doesn't make sense. Maybe it does make sense, but let them know that the price, for example, is not too expensive because they're gonna get 500% ROI on every appointment they get, in real estate specifically. Now, the sixth step is to confirm and close. Once the objection is addressed and successfully conquered, confirm their understanding and move forward to the closing stage. So that could sound like, does that help address your concern? Alright, great, let's get started. Now, the bonus step that I have for you is something that works probably only if you already had a couple of successful clients. And that is to provide social proof or examples of your work. Because as I said, most of the objections are just smokescreen for trust, and you can use case studies and testimonials to address their doubts. That could be before the call with sending testimonials before along with your website, or that could be exactly on the call when they ask the question and raise the objection. You can show them people that you worked with that were in the similar situation as them and show them how you can help them exactly like you did with them. So for example, in the real estate niche, that could sound something like, one of our realtor clients actually had the same concern. Now, they did actually start working with us and they saw a 3x ROI in their first 2 months. Here's the proof. And then you can show them what you actually did for them, maybe show some written or video testimonials or something like that. That should help you boost your trust with your client. Now, as I said, in the description of this video, there is a rebuttal wall that we use at our own agency with all the rebuttals in it. So you can go ahead, read the rebuttals, use these 5 or 6 steps and actually implement them into your own agency. And please add your own touch to those rebuttals. Don't use the same as us, because firstly, you don't have the same language patterns as we do. And more importantly, you should be unique and different, which in the SMMA space is probably the most important thing. So feel free to use those, but add at least a little bit of your own touch to it. And feel free, when you do it, send it over in my Discord server. My team or myself personally will go over your own rebuttal vault and tell you exactly what you can improve if there is anything to improve. Now, here are some tips to help you actually use these steps to conquer any objections. As I said, tonality is 90% of the call, along with the body language. So you should stay calm and confident. Your tone matters more than your words, and don't forget that. And as I said, practice active listening. Sometimes, literally, some prospects just want to be heard. Also, you should avoid getting defensive. Focus on solving the objection or conquering the objection, not arguing around them, because that's not gonna get you anywhere. One more thing that you can do is use data and stories, because as one quote says, facts tell, but stories sell, which means that you can use, for example, your testimonials to show them the data, and you can use their stories to sell them because they're in the exact situation as your previous clients were. And remember, objections aren't roadblocks, they are stepping stones. They are the necessary part of every sales call. So the sooner you get better at handling them, you're gonna close way more clients and boost your closing rate massively, obviously. So if you found this video helpful, and I really hope you do, because these were all the secrets of my own agency along with the exact rebuttals we use right now, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment if you need some help, share the video with your other fellow agency owners if you have some, and check the link in the description for my one-on-one coaching program, in which you can get 24/7 access to myself personally to help you go over your current roadblocks in the agency. You have a 1-hour coaching call with me, personally going over your roadblocks and solving them along with you, and I will be with you on every step of the way to growing your agency. And also in the description you can find the link to my Discord server. Make sure to join in. I'm trying to build the best community for SMMA owners right now, so make sure to join in, share some ideas, get some ideas, meet some other agency owners, network a bit. So that's it for this video, guys. See you in the next one.